Welcome back everyone, this is MandoAllday, back to another video. And in this video, I'll be doing an overview of Superman from the Black Adam Page Punchers wave. This is the gold label Big Bad Boys, Big Bad Toy Store BBTS exclusive McFarlane figure. Is limited to only 3,000. And again, this is going to be from Big Bad Toy Store exclusive. As always, I'll be talking about the figure itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not only support the channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at the box. Front of the box looks like this side, the back, the other side, top, and bottom. And I like the presentation of this, nice and silver right there, not silver, glossy. And then I already opened it already, the card came out, but just showing you how it looks inside. So there you go, you can see the accessories, which will show in a bit, but I just want to show you guys how it looks in terms of the presentation. And again, the card goes here, I just took it out. All right, now let's take a look at the figure outside the box. As always, you do come with a card. This is the front of the card looks like. The back of the card, and the card is for certificate of authenticity, and I got the number 1714. So there you go. It does come with accessories. It just comes with the open hand. So this is his right hand, not much going on, and this is his left hand, similar to the right, not much going on. It does come with this card stand. So this is the front of the card stand, Superman logo, glossy back, aka fingerprint magnet, and then the back of it, not much going on. And then all you do is literally just here and slide it in. That's all. So you have a little card stand, which is pretty cool. I prefer the other one that came with the other Pantino one right here, that bigger stand, but it's all good nonetheless. But there you go. I'll have it here to the side. And it does come with a base stand which has Superman on it. Pretty clean looking. It's kind of matte, which is, it's alright. And here's the bottom of it. But I have him on a regular stand. So again, it comes with this stand, not a regular puck, which I prefer this. Now let's take a look at this figure. First, start with the articulation. So left, right, good. Up, down, good. So the head articulation is really, really good. Shoulder articulation is good. Bicep, it's a little stiff right now, but it's good. Elbows, good. Wrist, if I can figure out how, there we go. Wrist, good. Put it there. And do torso articulation, good. And do a twist as well too. You guys can see that, so it does twist as well too. So overall, the upper body or torso articulation is good for this figure. Let's do the leg articulation. Good. Knees, it's a little stiff right now. Good. Ankles, good. And of course, toes, good. So overall, the articulation of this Superman figure, it's good overall. Now let's talk about the figure itself. Right away, I like the head sculpture. Now I won't go too detailed because I already did a video of this one particular, and essentially it's just a repaint. There really isn't much of a difference, so just keep that in mind. So I won't be going into it a full lot, so keep that in mind. But anyway, so head sculpture design looks good. You get that nice chin on there, very, very, very jawline, like a very, very thick and defined jawline. You got the painted lips on there. They're like a gray paint. The face isn't really white, it's just really like a light gray. The eyes look good. I am a sucker for white eyes, and the eyes look really good, very menacing. And I do like the red shadowing right here. You can see that right there. Let's see if my camera can pick it up. Yeah, right there, that red. That's really good. Very subtle, but it looks good. But also like about it is the actual eyes. It seems like they're painted red, and then they painted the white after that, the overlay. And it looks really good because you can barely see the red eye. Like inside the eye, you see that? Barely see it. Very noticeable, very subtle, but it looks good. The hair, good, clean looking hair. You got black with a little like white marks on it too, like brushes on there. But it looks good though overall. In terms of the upper body, It's just a very muscle toned Superman. Big chest, big shoulders, big bicep, big triceps, forearm. You got a little sculpture design here. Then you got the fist hands. You can see a little bit of the veins. And of course, the Superman logo. The body itself is just going to be gray. The logo is Superman is just red. And underneath it's going to be like a lighter gray, more like a matte lighter gray underneath the Superman logo. But the Superman logo itself, it does have that nice gloss to it, similar to the body. But that's pretty much it in terms of this particular Superman, in terms of the upper body. So it's very muscle tone, not much going on in terms of sculpture design. Again, just very defined, very low body fat Superman. And then the cape itself, very stylized cape, very, very bright red, as you can see on there. But again, very, very stylized red. And it looks good, though, don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on it, very good. But I like more of either plain, straight down, or kind of like angled or side, if that makes any sense. But nonetheless, so it's a good looking cape. So overall, the upper body of the Superman figure, it's clean looking, plain, but it's fine though. And that's how Superman looks like. It's not like Batman where he has all this armor stuff. It's just clean, plain looking Superman figure. So overall, the sculpture design of the body itself is fine. The head sculpture is really, really good. Really, really defined. Again, that jawline is very, very defined. And the paint job on the eyes looks really, really good. So overall, upper body, I am liking it. Let's take a look at that belt. We got the little Superman logo right here in the front. And it has that gray paint on it too. Light gray, not light gray, but a little bit darker and light gray. But it's just matte. And then the back of it, there you go. The trunks, of course, are going to be red. And you got the really thick thighs, very muscle tone. Similar to the upper body. The legs, very, very muscle tone, very defined. Low body fat Superman legs. So again, very muscle tone. Then you got the boots on there too. Look very nice. I noticed that the boots have a matte look to it. I know my camera looks like it has like a nice glossy, but it doesn't. It's probably because I have a light on it, but it has like a matte kind of red on it, similar to the trunks. The Superman logo does have a little bit of gloss, but the trunks have a little, like almost like a matte-ish per se color, and then the boots have a definitely matte. So keep that in mind. But the boots itself, little sculpture design there. And that's pretty much it in terms of the Superman figure, in terms of sculpture design. Again, this is Superman figure, very clean, basic looking, but it looks good though, nonetheless. And of course, this is going to be the limited edition BBTS store online exclusive. So, big thing here is going to be the color palette. This is going to be a unique color palette compared to the other one, which I'll talk about in a bit though. But that's that though. So overall, I like the figure. It's a good, clean looking Superman figure, very muscle tone. And again, this is for going to be those Superman fans who want a different color palette. Well, here we go. So of course, the main question is it worth it? Should you go out and get this figure? Well, this figure is going for $30 right now, this particular one, because this is going to be the exclusive one. It does come with a repaint. It comes with the unique card, the limited edition certificate of authenticity card, only 3,000 made, and a nice new base. And for $30, I just don't think it's really worth $30. To me, this is more of like a $25 figure. If this was sold for $25, sure, I think I would say, okay, that's fine. Bit of a fair price for it. But to me, again, I don't see it. Unfortunately, it doesn't really pop to me. The patina one looks good, and I think it's definitely worth the price because of the color palette and the paint. It just makes the figure pop more. This particular figure, the paint looks good, just that the color palette, nothing about it really, really stands out on paint, and it's actually worth the extra price. But regardless of the price, so whatever I think about the figure, I like the figure. The figure looks good, articulation is good, sculpture design is good, very clean, plain looking Superman, but that's how he looks like in the comics, very clean, plain looking. So at the end of the day, what I would give the Superman one, the BBTS exclusive figure, gold label, overall, I've incorporated everything. I would give it a thumbs up, but not a high thumbs up. It's more of like a low thumbs up because of the price. I can't get off my mind the price of $30 for getting a repaint that doesn't really stand up and make the figure pop. So that's just my opinion. To each their own. Here we have the regular Superman and of course the BBTS Gold Label exclusive figure. They both look good, but again, the sculpture, well, let me break it down. Sculpture design, they're identical. Detail, they're identical. Obviously, the main difference is going to be the paint job, as you can see. But everything else, it's the exact same thing. The cape, the boots. Again, it's just a repaint. And like I said, this is a good, clean-looking figure. But even the color palette on this one is good, too. And I like this one. It pops. It makes the colors look really, really good. But for $30, I just can't justify the price for $30. If it came with other accessories or just more better paint, maybe. But for the most part, yeah, to each their own though. But these both look good. But we would ask me which one do I prefer. I'm gonna go for this one because I feel like with this color palette, it makes the figure look better, even though it's a clean, plain looking Superman. I think with this color palette, it makes it more unique looking and it just grabs your attention more compared to this one. Here we have Superman armored and of course Superman from the Black Adam Page Puncher's Wave. This is the Patina, and this is kind of the first figure that introduces whole new packaging with McFarlane of the basically repaints with better paint. And just like on this figure, what I said, $30, fantastic deal. Just look at all the sculpture design and paint, and that paint job looks amazing. It makes the figure pop. The paint job on this is good. It makes the figure pop, but unfortunately though, when you look at it as a whole, it just doesn't really pop. Think about it. This is $30. This is $30. Let's be real. Which one would you prefer? Better yet, which one looks far more better in terms of spending $30? The rest of my case, we all gonna say this one. I like this one. Don't get me wrong, but for $30, yes, $30. This was $25. Okay. Here we have Superboy and of course Superman. Man, really like this figure. Really like this figure. That jacket, the hairstyle, just everything about this figure, fucking sweet. It looks good as a whole. Even also the spikes here and the belt on there too. Very subtle grays or silvers, but it looks good as a whole. And I really, really like this figure. McFarlane did a really good job with this particular Superboy. And of course, we have a Superman, the exclusive one. They both look good, but you would ask me which one do I prefer. Of course, I'm going to say this one. Here we have Supergirl from the Flash movie and, of course, Superman. I like this figure. The sculpture design looks good. The detail of it looks good. The paint looks good. The biggest issue is going to be the head sculpture because that head sculpture does not look good. I'm sorry. The actress is good looking. She's very, very pretty. But this figure, head sculpture, it does not look good. I have seen people replace the head sculpture with another one that looks more like the actress, and it actually makes the figure look even better. So hopefully I can find that, and for a reasonable price, I'm willing to pay for that. But the head sculpture is just not looking good, though. But here you go. Here we have Supergirl next to Superman. Here we have Superman and, of course, Superman. This is Superman from the Rebirth era and, of course, Superman from the Black Adam Page Puncher's Wave. Very muscle tone on this one. Huge chest. The Superman logo is shiny. It's bright, glossy. It looks fantastic. People would ask me which one do I prefer. This is a tough one because I like the head sculpture more on this one compared to this one. The color palette, of course, is going to be traditional Superman. But I like the logo on there. It's huge, big, but I like the color palette on it. This one overall, figure looks good. Head sculpture, not the greatest. Oh man, this is a tough one. This is a very tough one because I like the cape on this more compared to this one, but I like the length of this one. Because to me, this cape just looks small compared to this. When I think of Superman with a cape, I always think of him almost around his ankles or his calves. This one's just above it, so it looks a little off to me. But if I had to only choose one, you know what? If I can choose only one, I'm going to go for this particular Superman. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me on this figure? Do you plan to purchase this figure? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not only support the channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. This includes an overview of Superman from the Black Adam Page Puncher's Wave. This is a Gold Label Big Bad Toys exclusive figure. And on to the next one.